Are you there, Tough?
Hello.
How's it going, mate?
Not too bad. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you, mate. So, welcome along, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We just give it a few minutes to let people pop in. He's on the vino already, so we're in for a good laugh.
Hey, come on.
Right, after yesterday's charades, Harry's been hard at work today and managed to get everything sorted out. So, we can do it tonight. Super Echo. Have we got an echo? Lee, can you talk for me?
Hello.
I'm not getting one. Are you getting one?
An echo. Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
Hooray.
No.
Right, so I'm hoping that Gaz from GKP is going to join on as well. He's got a link, so hopefully he'll jump on at some point during the night as well. So that's good that we've stopped. Cheers, Humber. Right, just to go over a couple of things, guys. Like I said yesterday, this is a business profile. It's not Krafty's. So there'll be no unnecessary comments being made aimed towards anybody. I'm not going to allow people arguing in the chat, and I'm certainly not going to accept any unnecessary remarks aimed towards me or anybody on screen. So if you was coming to the shop, you wouldn't do it. So please don't do it on here when you're behind a camera and on a keyboard.
Can I just say
That's
Kelly's got incredible legs?
Kelly has.
Yeah.
She said she was going to strut them past.
No, I did not.
And she was going on.
You want me?
Hello. Looks like a couple of Shiro Mujis carrying you around.
So we've been 100% on it. First day off for me today, so been and bought a little bit of wood ready to do my filter house, mate. I'm going to do a little bit more on that, and I've also ordered a new patio so I can get that laid. So yeah, it's been a bit of a mental one, but fish today. We've got a few little bangers and some rather decent little beasts as well that I think may wet people's whistles, starting at some quite good prices as well. There is even a Tamasaba thrown in just for the
for Alan Tate.
Yeah,
If
just
Alan,
for
Alan can't bid on it because it would go extortionately high.
Mate, he's not allowed to bid anyway.
Hang on, is it a Mauritian?
It is.
Oh, by the way, I've got you a lovely Omosako polo shirt from Japan, Krafty.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I love you.
I know you do. But I was quite devastated because what colour do you think it is?
Well, I'd say black.
No.
Red?
No. It's
White?
blue.
Blue.
Just chuck it up there.
Did he throw it at you and say these ain't sold?
No, they were just like gifts for the Tapaguchi Koi farm in Wales. But like, he was quite impressed. It wasn't obviously on one of my videos, but I nicked one of his permanent black markers and drew the perfect Shiro pattern on my toes eye and showed him. He really liked it.
Did he like it? Did it end up in the water?
Well, he wanted to keep it as Azakari for a parent koi, but I said it's got to come back to Tapaguchi Koi farm.
Oh, I don't know. Let's just go through the list, see who's in. So, good. Nearly deleted that. Good evening. It is evening now, isn't it? Yeah. Koi event. Yeah. Josh, welcome along, mate. Jig's in the house as always. Chris Taylor's in as well. Let's keep going down. Same old. Chris, Mark Childs is in the house as well. Welcome along, Mark. Hang on a minute. I just thought I see something there. Andy J, you're in. Phil from Telford Koi. Now, I've noticed Phil watches a lot of these, but he don't ever bid, so I'm watching. I've got a little twist for people as well, which I'll go through.
Phil is actually a lady boy.
Is he?
Is that the twist, or have I just let the cat out of the bag?
You've let that go. But Marek's
Sorry,
in as well. Marek, glad you managed to get hold of your. So Gaz is in the house as well. Do you want to bring him in, Harry? He looks like he's frozen. Is he coming in?
Oh, I've actually got something I can say on this live as well, actually. Oh, here he is.
No, he's off. He's
gone. Man, I hate it when Gaz comes on because he makes us look like Tamasabas. He is gorgeous, isn't he?
It's Finn, isn't he? Mark Childs is also in the house, as is Marcus and Cody's Koi. Dave Bradley, good old Dave. Nice one.
Davis Maximus. We need some more videos.
He does. Probably my favourite name ever, Port Chops Koi Pond. So, nice looking little pond there, mate. Nice patio as well, better than mine.
Do me a favour, Gaz. Can you change the angle of that camera? Because it looks like I'm on my knees doing something I shouldn't be.
Angle of mine or angle of yours?
Well, no, just pull it up. It looks like I'm on my knees looking up at you doing something I shouldn't be doing. Look at that gold chain. Oh, my God. He's so in with the kids. What is going on?
Is that right? Is that better?
That's better. That's better.
You
I don't
might.
feel so vulnerable at that angle.
Right. How you doing, guys? Are you sat at your desk?
No,
You're not joining. You look knackered.
I'm trying to get a net on pond, mate. Another free gun.
Get your set away. Thank you for joining.
But I stick my head in and just say hello for 5 minutes while I have a coffee and try to warm my legs back up since I've just been in waist deep in there. But I just stick my head in and say hello.
You're a good lad.
Three gone. What's going on? Have you got problems with the pond?
Herring, mate.
No.
Second 9 of my fish. Last 3 days, yeah. Took me Mizio gun that you got me, mate. That one's gone this morning. My Platinum Ogon and my what was the other one? Platinum Ogon and my Kikasua.
And your kicky as well.
What you need is a sniper down there to keep watch.
That's what I do, Nate. So at the moment, in this moment in time, right now, I'm just fitting a net on, which is an absolute nightmare because there's all them rocks all the way around pond.
Yeah.
So and I've got to get it under the rock so I can pin it down to the back edge so that I get some coverage of it.
Can't you prop up 2 pieces? Can't you get into the pond? Sort of like put like a little rock base and like sort of like put 2 sticks up, sort of like the insides of like a tent and put the over it.
That's my intentions, is to make it like a polytunnel over it.
Right.
So I'll have like a polytunnel frame underneath it, but I ain't got time to get that done this evening, and I just can't risk leaving it because there'll be more gone come morning. The last of my small fish that I've got is my little Kiyetsuri and my grown show, mate, and I don't want to risk losing that.
Have you got a dog or a cat?
I've got a dog, but he might as well be a chinchilla.
Well, what you need to do is just lock the dog outside.
Oh, mate.
So it can't come in.
I let him out. I was saying to Krafty the other day, I let him out into the garden the other day, and there were a little tiny mouse running across the garden. Mouse saw dog and jumped about 2 inch. Dog jumped about 2 foot. Absolutely. He's got separation anxiety, mate, so he ain't no
your
good.
boo would have been after that, mate.
Oh, yeah, to be honest, mate, she's not killed nothing, but she'll have a go.
She'll chase it for the fun.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Now, I was speaking to Alan Tate earlier, Gaz, obviously before you just broke that news because I didn't know. He says what you need is a cutout of me, Lee, Rick from New Forest, and also Vince. Life-size cutouts, and then put them around your pond. He said that'll keep the heron away.
So here's an idea. I don't know if you've thought about it, and I don't know if it would work, but in my mind, it might be a short-term sort of like for the next like day or so to help you out. Have you got any clay?
My pond's so murky because my ultraviolet's gone. It's literally.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, if you put some clay in there, at least they'll have a bit of cover, wouldn't they? Make it harder for the heron.
Yeah, well, when I've done tonight, when I've done in the next couple of hours, it's all pinned in around this bit, all back in. I've just got to come down this bit, and then I can get it across. And I've got the fixing pegs. Ooh.
You just need to make sure it's got some height to it, because obviously a heron's beak is
That's it. Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody's been saying, "Oh, stick a net on, stick a net on, stick a net on." It's not just as simple as that, because they end up just jabbing it on fruit net. Yeah. And then I'll have to dealing with fish with bacterial infections because they're all.
Can you come off your wooden fence at an angle all the way down? Off the top.
It's not my fence, it's neighbours next door. So
yeah, but that your side belongs to you.
Yeah, your side.
Yeah, that one does, but then I'd have
the back side of the fence.
No, but you can still attach it to your side of the neighbour's fence.
Yeah, that belongs to you, mate.
I would just do that, just pin it on there, and at least then it's elevated off the pond. That'll be an easy fix, quick, until you get your polytunnel.
Yeah. suppose I could, yeah. Pin it
I
all
would.
right.
That's the way I'd go as well, Lee.
Mm.
To be fair, bit of height's required.
Yes. Come on.
But right, unlucky Gas, mate. I do feel for you. No doubt, I've got an idea for Thursday. Anyway, I'll keep that to myself until Thursday. All right.
Okay,
When I
mate.
come on, I'll drop something in there. And we'll see.
Apologies, I can't stay with you, mate, because I need to get this.
No.
Didn't let you know.
I'm just really glad, mate, that you're getting things sorted out. So don't let them take any more of your stock, dude.
No worries, bud. Catch you later on.
Yeah.
See you on the next one.
Take care.
Take care.
Right then, guys. Sad news, but we move on. We have got 100 people inside within 12 minutes, which is perfect. So I don't know what order these are going to come up in, but we have got quite a few. So just bear with me. Just got a message come through. The boss says to say hi, Lee.
Hello, Peter. How are you?
He's all right. He's watching, mate. I know
He's an handsome.
he won't come on the telly though, mate. He won't
Mate,
come on.
does everyone know that he actually looks like Prince Harry?
He has got ginger hair as well, mate. But I
He
know
looks like Prince Harry.
Hey,
No, and he
what
looks like,
is
he looks
that
like a
behind your
cross.
shoulder?
Huh?
What's that behind your shoulder?
It's my Tanuki.
You little tanuki, mate.
And he's got a friend. Hello.
An NND frog, by any chance?
Yeah. All the way from Japan. I was looking for the perfect Tanuki set. 20 quid, 10 quid. What a bargain.
So the boss has just sent me some back. He just said, which version of Prince Harry? So I'm assuming that's which version.
Well, no, he's a cross between Prince Harry and the lead singer from Blue, Lee. Do you know what I mean? Like the gay one, but like he's still the best looking one, I think. You know who I'm on about? It is, isn't it?
Like mint, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Harry, let's get that first fish up. Oh dear.
Oh, is Harry admin?
Yeah, he's the producer in the background, mate.
Oh my god, this is gonna go wrong then.
Okay, so there we go. Shinoda, Deutsch shower, 17 centimeter, starting bid at £50. Okay, fresh from Japan. He was coming on the last time we went out there, Lee. In fact,
Yeah, I can remember the selections.
so high shower at that. To be fair,
Yeah.
People looking at these quite heavily in the shop actually started to move quite well yesterday. To be fair, I would say that the season only started yesterday, but all you need to do is for the starting bid, just put it in the comments down at the bottom. And what will happen is the last bid, when we call time on it, you will have to call the shop, make a payment. If you want delivery, it's an extra £25 a box. And obviously we have to keep these fish off of feed for 3 days before we ship out on a 24-hour service. So, but I think everyone knows the score these days. So, if there's no interest on that one, we'll move it forward. But Shinoda Lee, you went back.
Well,
recently,
give it a 5. Like I said, mate, you know, I've been to Shinoda many a time. Yeah, mate, his like Deutsch fish are absolutely superb, to be honest. And do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this one's quite heavy on the he and the sumi. However, I think the fins really balance it out with like the Saroja. I think it's still a nice fish. It's not a classic kind of like shower pattern.
It's a high shower, mate. So
yeah, exactly.
mainly red and black.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a nice and they've got potential actually to grow really big for the variety. Do you know what I mean? From Shinoda.
Well, you've got to remember, mate, Shinoda's Deutsch fish in the Gosanki range are to die for.
Yeah, they are.
They're very hard to get hold of. And
well,
I think
you're not going to get much better, really, from that range of fish, are you? Do you know what I mean? You got Elf Boy does nice stuff, but Shinoda is, the one.
And
Hirasawa.
You know, Dave's in at 50. Oh,
but I definitely choose like the Shinoda bloodlines over anything else really Deutsch wise. I've
me
seen
too,
over
mate.
there.
I mean, what? Okay, so just to go over a couple of things, you've got your scaled fish, you've got your scaleless fish. The Deutsch, for those people that don't know, are a scaleless version. Okay, so there are some slight differences on how these develop body-wise because they come from scaleless fish, and therefore they don't unless you get a good fish, they don't tend to keep the same sort of body shape when they get massive. So stockier, shorter variant of a koi. And Shinoda, I think, provides some of the best body shapes out of the Deutsch variety. That when they get big, they still keep the profile really well. And that's one reason why I put a lot of the Deutsch stuff into the shop. But yeah, £50. But when you was up in Shinoda lastly, no fish was there?
No. We went. We popped into Shaz's the first week. I was up in Nagaoka. Nothing. There was one pond with probably a few sansai in it. Nothing. Like literally cleared out. You know, from when we went in February, and from what I've seen in October as well, you know, the place is jammed because he's got like a good, breeding ethic and spawning ethic. There's a lot of fish there. Nothing, mate. It was unbelievable.
I mean, when
Like to
I
see
went
every pond empty apart from one. That's blown me away.
when I went in, mate, there wasn't a huge amount of fish available, even in February when I went.
No.
But mate, to see it when you went back in and there's literally that one pond of fish.
That was it. And I think that was probably Azakari fish.
Yeah,
Azakari, like Nisai, but something maybe.
100%, mate. But
I think when I went through to the parent koi, the big pond over the other side, I think that had a few, but I think that was just like parent koi, or again maybe even Azakari, Yonsai or something like that. Now I didn't go into if you know Shinoda, you've got like the new koi house opposite the road, up from the bull house. Didn't go into there, but I would have said that that's got nothing in it because that's like really small tozai in there, and they would have been gone straight away.
banging.
So yeah, so like something like this. The thing is with Shinoda, he sells out every year. Do you know what I mean? It is hard to get some of his stuff. Even when Ryan goes there, he's actually got to pay over the odds to just get a decent selection there because he's so sought after. You know,
Well,
if you look back in the videos in October, bonkers. But the amount of people that turn up to pull chopsticks, is insane.
I managed to get 3 boxes because you're not allowed to select these. These are Shinoda's own sort of where he basically takes a net and you buy it by the box load for those people that don't know. But you're not allowed to select these fish anyway. But what he will do, he looks after certain people, and I think I got a very small 10 to 12 mix for the shop. And then the Tozai, which are these ones that are coming on February. They look absolutely banging in the shop. And someone's just asked a question. Let me just have a look down. It was something about, will it lose Shiroji? Absolutely not. Okay, so this is a high shower, so mainly red and black. All right, they're quite sought after. Some people would say that it would, the actual heat in the fish would develop further and close them white patches up. It's not going to be the case. It will never turn into a Hiatsuri. It will always be a high shower. And having a Deutsch variety on its own, they're quite hard to come by, if I'm honest. So, but I think we'll close that one off, please, Harry, at 50 quid. Well done, Dave. Plenty to go through. It's just a taster. And I'm quite excited for a couple of these fish, if I'm honest.
To be honest, the Soroji on that will probably become more obvious when the fish grows. It'll get more defined and open up a little.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's a lot. They're very young fish, aren't they, Lee? These. I'm not gonna carry on selling it. That fish will be a banger. So put the banner up again, please, Harry, mate.
I'm excited. I didn't even know what's coming up.
No,
I might even bid on one.
Oh, well, you've got every right to, mate. He's putting another one up. So, Dave, can you ring the shop, please, mate, tomorrow? £50 winning bid, and then state if you're going to collect the fish or whether or not you are want it delivered. Whoever takes the call to sort it out for you, mate. Anyway, so right. So the Ginrin have been sort of taken over everyone's fancy, Lee, eh?
Dude, honestly, the Junior Japan Koi show, or the Junior Koi show I was in like a few weeks ago, was just like, mate, it's the new thing, mate. It is the new fashion in Japan, and like the fashion they set in Japan is going to hit the ponds of the UK this year. Trust me, it's about Ginrin, Ginrin Kawaku, Ginrin Sankey, and Ginrin Showa. For some reason, it is right up there.
Okay,
Honestly,
so
they love it.
the starting bid is at £0, but Jack is straight in at £50. So we're now at £50 already. Now, this fish is exciting for me. Not only is it a Sankey, which is one of my faves, all right, but it's Ginrin. And how hard are they to find, mate? They are so ridiculously
To
hard.
find a nice Ginrin Sankey is quite difficult. The Kawakus, they're 10 a penny. But again, to find a good one, it's still difficult. It's hard to find a good example of any variety. Don't get me wrong. However, that is particularly nice. The thing I do like about a Sankey, and I've seen it when we were in Shinoda, so I've seen it in various places, that when Ryuki from Narita Koi Farm is selected, I really keep like a close eye on what he selects. And he always selects something with a really nice, unusual head pattern, especially on a Sankey. And this has got that nice kind of sort of like side Benny shroud going across. It's got like, it's got Benny all the way through the body. It's still got Benny towards the back, on the saddle and on the peduncle. And it's got that that nice sumi pattern going through it as well, actually, which is mostly all sumi, if you can see. It looks like it's got a little tiny bit of sumi to come on just the back of the head, but I think that's going to enhance the koi rather than anything else,
Right. So as I break this fish down, okay, not literally, what I like about this, it's not heavy on the Benny.
No, it's not. It's a real, it's real Kindai. It's nice, which is, again, Kindai Showa, Kindai Sankey, and Kindai Kawaku, which means very, like, more Saroji than anything else, is really popular this year again. Like what I've seen in Japan over the last 2 trips from February and April, it's really hot. It's hot on the cards. It's like the Milan catwalk now of fashion.
Right, here we go then. So more sumi to come up just on the red patch on the head. Okay, just a little bit on the top of the head, which I think will really, really help the balance of the pattern. The fact that we've got 2 Benny patches just further down the fish, but not all over it, really just balance that fish out. If them 2 red spots weren't there, this changes the quality of this fish, in my opinion. Because pattern, believe it or not, is part of what we're looking at. It's from NND. Their fish, especially, get real chunky on the shoulders, right? And with this fish, you can see the size of the head and mouth. It has got potential to get to a very good size for a Ginrin. Now, what I will say is that not all Ginrin get huge, all right? So, saying that though, Pineapple Queen, Momotaro fish are massive, all right? So, there you go. Rick's seen the potential in it from New Forest Koi, so straight away.
Again, if someone like Rick is bidding, again, sorry to cut you off, Krafty, but the Benny patches has go in towards the rear of the fish. They're not going to be covered. So you've got all the sumi, which means that it's all placed on the Saroji, which is it's all placed correctly, and there's no sumi going to cover those back patches. That's the one thing you've got to be aware when you're selecting a fish is there any chance that those Benny patches will be covered by sumi? Those ones are quite clearly not going to be covered by sumi. It's got a nice balance. It's got a little bit more Saroji, sumi to come up on the shoulder, which is going to take away a little bit of that Benny on the front, which is even going to make it more balanced.
Yes.
And for a 16 cm koi, it's actually got a really nice body.
Yeah, it has. It has, mate. Pointing out clean pecs, which is a must. All right, there's no Benny leaking into them. You have got black coming up into the dorsal fin. That is part of the pattern, which is really, really good, right? It really adds to the fish. If you have a look, it actually leaks from the sumi that is in the skin, which is what you want to see when you're looking at that for quality. Now, the one thing that nobody has mentioned is the quality of the gin on this fish.
It's very
It
deep,
is
yeah, all the way
deep.
from the front to the back.
It's literally from where the head meets the body all the way down to the tail stop, and that in itself demands. Well, it's hard to find in such young fish. This was hand selected by me in Kobayashi's little. I can't remember the name of the farm. It was where he first started off before the earthquake, up on top of the hill.
Makoto, you're about Makoto's place.
Yeah,
not
sorry,
Kobayashi, Makoto's.
Yeah, Makoto's place. Sorry,
Yeah,
up on the hill. I just bought the NND stuff from the main little farm down in the gutter, and then he was then like, "Do you want some Sankey?" I was like, "Yes, please." Took me up. We done, I don't know how many it were, 70 or 80, where we sat together, and then he then pulled covers back on another pond, and then he sat opposite me, mate, on his heels. Right, and he was sat there on his phone and he was watching, and I was selecting the fish out, and every now and then he'd put a net in and then he'd bring a net over to me, and the fish was like, I don't like that fish, but I know he was trying to tempt me into buying shit, right, just to see if I had the balls to say no to him. That's how they work, huh? They're like, yeah, have a look at that. When I say no thank you, he'd go, then back in his phone, have another one, and then he'd tempt you with a good fish. You know, it's like, get that in the bag. It was gleaming, and that was one of the ones, to be fair. So £110, which I think is still a little bit.
it's under for that fish. So if you do get that for 110, Peter, you've got a bargain there. But yeah, it's a nice fish. It's a nice fish. And like I said, you know, with a gin pattern, you know, you can only see from the top now that you've got the gin from the back of the shoulders all the way through down to the peduncle. It's like NND stuff is. NND is so underrated, and I don't know what it is. I was talking to Ryan and Atsushi, and it's because of the name. It's because it doesn't sound like a cool Japanese name like Shinoda or it's something cool like that. It just sounds kind of like soulless. But what you got to realize is
you said to me before that you, I think it's on a video that we've done together actually, that the word koi is missing out of their profile. When you look at the likes of, I don't know, Sakai Fish Farm, right? It's like, or number one koi from New. It's like the word koi is there.
It's strange. I just don't understand, because like obviously I've spent a long time now, a lot of time in NND, constantly looking at all the different varieties. And you know, like I won like young champion in Newark from a mud pond event. From a toes eye like that. They're just banging. They are, you know, you've got really 3 or 4 masters there that have all clubbed together. They should have a better name than most other people, you know, around Nagaoka or Gia, really, because, you know, you've got a lot more. You imagine the experience, how many years that the 3 or 4 of those have got breeding koi before the earthquake in, was it 04 or something like that, and then they clubbed together.
2004, yeah.
Bonkers. Do you know what I mean?
We've got a shower in the main pond, and I bought it. It's a big fish, but I bought it to show people what their big fish goat can turn into, because in honesty, NND are not massively known in the UK.
It's mad, and I don't understand, because it's an amazing farm.
And when you see the volume just from the body frame on that fish that is 4 years old now, it dwarfens some of the other fish in there. It's mad.
So in February, when I went to NND with Ryan, right, it was October, last October. They just harvested their Nisai, I think they were. And one of my friends from Holland called Seabay is like a kind of a dealer or agent, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Buys some amazing fish. He bought last year. He bought a Sankey from NND, and it came out of the mud ponds, and I've never seen a fish like it. Like, it must have been, off the top of my head, 55, 60 cm. But the volume of it was unbelievable. It went on actually to win like the Nagaoka show there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. And in a vat of like about a dozen other fish, it just looked so out of place because it was like superb, you know. And even Makoto-san was like, that's one of two of the best fish he's ever produced
Yeah.
since he's been doing it. And
Yeah.
it was amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Weird. You went, and
One
then
of two.
we got balloons, mate. How are you getting
Oh,
balloons,
where do they come from?
mate? You are like Harry Potter.
No,
except
it's Harry doing it for me
he
because he
ain't, mate.
likes me.
We can't do things like that. That's weird.
How did
That's
that
why
happen?
I'm like,
It's Harry
that's
doing
why- how are
it.
you
He's
doing that? Anyway,
teasing me.
right. I am going to start putting a fair warning on this for £150. Jack.
Well done, Jack, mate. That's a nice fish, honestly. For that price, it's a bargain.
Jack is one of my best customers. It's like he come down at the weekend, and he's been keeping his wallet in his pocket. I'm just going to say, because he knew the auction was coming up. And he's like, Krafty, when are you going to do the auction? It's like, I think we're doing one really soon. Oh, right. You're not buying it? No, wait for your auction. Oh, damn it. Get yourself in the ponds, mate.
But
He knows.
again, Jack isn't stupid, mate, because to get the best fish, sometimes it does actually pay to wait for an auction. I'm not going to lie. I've seen this in Narita's place last week or the week before. You know, fish that will be out of someone's price range, when they go to an auction, sometimes you can be really lucky. And Jack's lucky.
He hasn't won it yet. The sumi quality on this fish as well is to die for. Like how black it is at this level, like this stage of its life, that is only going to get blacker, and it's going to be ink black. And one thing I failed to mention, the actual gin runs through the sumi on this fish, which shows how high quality it is as well. Okay, that is one way of identifying the quality of gin in fishes, how much it actually comes across the sumi. If when you see the sumi and it disappears in the darker areas, it shows that the sumi is not the gin is not the best quality. And you will actually, if it was a show fish, that's when it would actually come back and be a demerit. Scott, you want
Scott, he talks rubbish, mate. He keeps saying I'm his best friend, but he phones Alan Tate more than me.
No, it's true. No, it's not true. Right then, so £5 bid. If there ain't no more within the next 30 seconds, Harry, call it on there for me, please, mate.
To be honest, if I didn't have 46 toes I come in next weekend to go on my grow on, I'd probably bid.
You still don't see your grow on fish, have you?
No, because you haven't sent me a picture of the ones that I've got to grow on.
Why?
And everybody's got their fish. Everybody's got their fish, and they're starting to grow them. And now I'm a week behind already. So how am I meant to keep one step in front of people?
Except you. You know why? I'm keeping you in suspense.
They're going to be sheer emojis, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's okay, mate. I'm not.
They weren't even from NND, mate.
If they've got no pattern, I'll just win oversize. That's it.
They've got pattern.
I'll just feed them like sausages and chips, and we'll get them on the growth.
So you sent me a couple of pictures of the ones that you wanted.
I sent you a couple of pictures of the ones that I thought were outstanding, which was nearly all of them. But what you've got...
But you had your selection, right? One of them...
Yeah, and I said, if you can, pull my name out and I'll have one of those. Okay.
One of them.
Okay, I've got one of them that I wanted. There we are, okay. So probably Gaz from Gaz's Koi Pond's got the other one I wanted, which is the best one.
No, he was fairly down the pecking order, actually.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I tell you, the ones that people did want, they went quick, really quick.
The heavy sumi one, I bet.
No, the ones without the sumi.
Ah, they're looking for body now. People are getting educated now. Body, yes.
You get it, mate.
Body, skin, then pattern.
100%, mate. 100%. It's So I'm keeping you in suspense.
Well, I might pop up. Actually, I might pop up the weekend because I got nothing to do this weekend.
Well, you tell me if you. Well, we'll talk afterwards. But you tell me if you're coming up. Let's tell people you're coming up, right? And we'll get it. I'm off anyway, but I'll come down and meet you, mate. There's no problem with that.
Well, I was going to come to your house. I've just seen Kelly's legs. They look lovely.
Okay, so unlucky Jack, mate. Jack says he's out. sold to David for £165. Can you please call the shop, Dave? Leave all your details, etc. If you're going to collect, let us know. If you want it delivering, remember it is a £25 extra fee. So I think, guys, that is a very fair price for that fish, and whoever's got it, I'd like to see that when it gets 30, 40 cm. I'd like to see how that finishes off. But I think it's going to be a banging fish. That
that's a nice fish.
100%. Well done. Yeah, good to see.
Zang.
Thank you. We've got 121 people watching, mate.
Oh, I thought you said we got 121 fish left. I was like that. I want to go to bed.
I've got 3,000 fish that we couldn't get through, but it's not going to be tonight. So this is good, guys. Just so you're aware,
it's Koi appreciation for me as well. I like it.
Banging. We are going to do an auction once a week, all the way through.
Week.
All the way through. I've already planned it with a team.
What day is it? Tuesday. Every Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the plan. Every Tuesday.
Okay. I could probably jump on every Tuesday, actually.
All right, mate. That's nipple time. Just me and you. Yeah. So
Ashley's got nice nipples.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, and he gave me a cold sore. It's gone now.
What's that sign behind you, mate?
Oh, Tafaguchi.
Oh, is that your Tafaguchi sign?
Yeah, Yamaguchi wrote that out for me, so I thought I just haven't put it down in the pond yet.
You need to sell them as stickers.
We'll see.
In fact, that's what you should be doing.
In fact, I have talked about this on the way back. So I've run out of like KoiSoldier stickers now. I've plastered the south of Japan. So I'm going to make some more KoiSoldier stickers. But in Japan, I found in a vintage shop an amazing vintage Godzilla. And it's holding two like trains. But I'm going to change the Godzilla trains into Koi. And I'm going to put my Koi helmet on the Godzilla. I just think it might be quite cool.
They love that sort of thing over there as well, don't they?
They absolutely love Godzilla. Who doesn't love Godzilla? Are you serious? Anything that comes close is King Kong and my mother-in-law. Mother-in-law.
Well, yeah, let's not go down there. Did you get any of these?
No, not this time. No, I didn't buy any of those. I've still got loads left downstairs though. But when I went to Narita's, they've got even better one than those. But I just didn't buy them because I bought their silver jacket. Did I send you the picture of me in the silver jacket?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Don't put that live.
You don't want me to put it. I can send it over to Harry.
Send it to Harry. Yeah. Yeah, send it. And hopefully his girlfriend's with him.
It's censored anyway, isn't it?
Well, it's Karashi coloured censored, but apart from that, it's pretty straight up.
Yeah, it's censored. It's that one, isn't it?
Oh, mate, stop doing that because this is going to go wrong.
Is it that one?
No. Yes. Put your phone down. Send it to Harry.
Yeah. Okay.
That was for Narita's eyes only.
Let's have a look.
Number one Karashi at number one Koi.
I'm hoping he can bring it across, but I've sent that to you now, Harry. He's just received it. So,
in fact, I wouldn't even care if I went live because I look quite healthy in that.
I'll tell you what, mate. You need to get that as a life-size
cutout for the national.
For the to put behind your vat, mate. Mate, that is. Right.
Oh, I was drunk when I took that.
Put it wherever you want to put it, Harry. It's no problem, mate. Just so the guys can see it. I think that we've got at 232 now. So you're going to be a celebrity, mate. You need to start doing centerfold spreads, mate.
Well, I was thinking maybe the KoiSoldier channel needs like an after nines version. So maybe I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFans. Oh my God, Harry!
Harry, what have you done? It's a chibi this eye. Oh, mate, we love it. It's amazing. Is it?
That's the last time I ever sent you anything, Krafty. That's it.
Right. So let's do it this way.
Am I going to get arrested for this?
Of course you've not. But Harry has just written, it's too big. Mate, he ain't seen it in real life. It ain't that big, mate.
It's Photoshop, that is.
It's like it's perfect. Mark Childs is like my eyes. There was one for the ladies anyway in the house. We're up to 136. I'm expecting that to have a 0 on the end of it now we've showed that. Let's go on with it. Let's
that
go on
Chibi
with it.
Nisai is not for sale, by the way.
Is it not?
No, it's going to
number one Koi already bought it. Has number one Koi already
believe
bought
you just shown that. Oh my god, that's gonna lose your followers, you idiot.
No, is it Eck? Is it Eck? Looked like he was holding a yellow monkey. And Scraggs has come up saying that you're hung like a hamster captain.
Mate, this is the internet, Krafty. You know that, don't you? This is the internet.
I don't care, mate. It's good fun. Right,
I'm
then.
not
So
going to send you nothing ever again.
Again, one of my main selections out of the Deutz pond. Shinoda Deutz Kahaku, again, extremely good example for a small tozai. Clean pecs, clean fins throughout. Shiroji is top quality. Benny is excellent. Big fish pattern. What I mean by that is you've got your Inazuma pattern down the back. As this fish grows, it is going to look amazing. The head pattern is coming forward just enough for me to put that into a very good category. Started bids on this is at £50. Chris Taylor is straight in at 80. So, Deutz Kahaku, Lee, you've not got Deutz, mate, have
you? Sorry, I'm just a bit thrown back that my penis has been live. But yeah, no, I haven't got a Deutz. No. Before, when I started, I did buy a couple of Deutz from Maidenhead, I think, but I didn't even know that they didn't have scales. I didn't know nothing about fish, so I just bought it because I thought it was cool. But Deutz fish are really cool. Like, when you see the Shinoda stuff, like that, look at that pattern down there. That is a nice fish. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good pattern.
The good thing about Deutz fish is they don't grow massive. And mate, I don't like, my fish are growing too big in my pond now. I don't want big fish in my pond. Like, no offense, I don't want an 80 or 90 cm fish in my pond. It's not my cup of tea.
Put your thumb up again.
Yeah. But look, these, I think, what do you reckon that these would grow to, realistically? I reckon 65, 70?
60 to 70, well, 70, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I've got 3 or 4 fish in my pond now at 70, and I wish they would just stop growing. But I know they're not going to.
No, as soon as you come off the feed, or so bring the water temperatures down, they'll slow down, but they'll still grow.
Yeah, this is the beauty about Deutz stuff is, like, if you just want, mate, the 65, 70 cm fish is still big. That's a big fish. You know what I mean? But the beauty with these are you can grow them to their maximum size and have them for years and years and years at 60 or 75 cm. And yeah, it's like part of the family then. But that's a particularly nice pattern, to be honest. The Benny plate on that and the Shiroji is really nice, isn't it? Nice pec fins. I like the way the pattern's between the head. That's nice. I even like the way the pattern is slightly heavier bennied on one side and then slightly less on the latter side towards the back to where the peduncle is, but you've got that slightly you've got that small patch of benny on the back. I think it looks really nice. Just
to break that. So again, Deutz fish don't grow massive, but when we look at the profile, what we're looking for on Deutz is that the tail tube, like the tail tube itself, is not stocky. So we're looking for that length in a Deutz fish to ensure
they get large. They get quite large bodies, don't they?
Yeah. So when they body up, they still keep their profile as they grow. They will get a bit more girthy, but we're not talking too much about that, Lee. As they get bigger, because that's what Deutz do. But when we look at the pattern on this fish, as that grows that way and also that way, that Shiroji and the Benny, where it zips in to make an S, like a letter S, that will start to open. Yeah, so that Shiroji will then grow through that, and that's when that pattern will come into its own. You know, that's for me.
It's nice. That's a nice fish.
That in my pond, you know, if I have space.
As soon as that pattern seems to open, when it gets a bit of size on it, through a window, that's going to look like a 3-step Benny pattern on each side of the fish.
Yeah, it's a quality
It's a
little
nice
thing.
fish. That's nice.
80 quid. £85
It's
is the
more
next.
than 80 quid, but it costs more than 80 quid to fly to the UK, for God's sake.
This people will learn that, but that's the beauty of the auction league. You know?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it. You know,
Chris
you're
Taylor
lucky.
he always robs my pocket, Chris Taylor. For some reason, he always gets the fish that is cheaper than what it should be, which is, you know, what the auction's all about. That's what I like doing. But before we talk about something else, guys, I've got the facility to do some little competitions online. So not this time round, because I was hoping that Gaz was going to come on and then we was going to then roll a wheel. So going forward, what we're going to do is everybody from next week, everybody that makes a bid will be entered into a prize draw. Okay, that prize draw will be a free round of golf at our mini golf, Adventure Golf down at the store. Just to people come down with a family, have a knockabout and have a laugh. All right. And then that way you can come into store as well, come and have a look at the fish as well. So if you're about and you're a local and you win a fish, you get a free round. If you're not, is it part of the reason to come down is to have a knockabout. That place has been flying. Loads of people down there. It's been brilliant. But anyway, there don't seem to be any advances on 80. So I'm going to call 30.
Can I say something quick?
Go on.
So I've got something to say as well.
Go on.
When I was in Japan last week, I got a Danichi limited edition T-shirt with, like, you know, like the Danichi brothers have got like their own like Power Ranger kind of things.
Oh yeah,
So,
I was on the calendar.
Yeah, so when I went on the piss with Hiroshi Amano, I think his name is, the brother that's got that owns Danichi Toyota. There's so many different names in my head from Japan going around. I'm sure it's Hiroshi anyway. But Mickey Mouse, that one, right? So he signed the very last T-shirt, which is a size large. Okay. Now I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm not quite sure this is going to work, but I thought of an idea where if you are not a member of the BKKS and you join the BKKS, it's £17, I think, or something like that, you should get a BKKS number, which will be a new number. So what I'm going to do is on my next video, I'm going to state this, and whoever registers for the BKKS or joins it, then will be in the running to get that limited edition T-shirt. Now, that is a bit of Koi history. And you can get a T-shirt for £17. So from tonight until I put my video out for the next 2 weeks, possibly, start joining the BKKS. If you want a size large, limited edition, signed by Mickey Mouse, it can be yours for £17.
Not
and
elephant.
even if you are not a size large, just put it in a frame. It's amazing. Like,
Not
do
the
you know what I
elephant.
mean? And here's one for you, the elephant. And here's one for you. If you do win it and you want me to take it back to Japan in October to get it signed by the other brothers, I will do.
Well, when you're doing the giveaway?
Well, I've told you now, so everyone's going to start joining the BKKS, getting their numbers, sending it to me, and then I get them all out and I put them in a hat, boom, put them out in about 2 weeks' time. Give people a little bit of time.
Roughly 2 weeks' time. So
about 2 weeks' time, yeah.
Right, so those people that don't know, the BKKS are acting really quickly. So there's my card as proof, and I've also got my other one. But I'll tell you what, when they expire, I'll tell you what they're good for:
scraping. So you get a free card, you get cheaper admission into the Koi shows.
Yep.
So even for spending 17 quid, you're going to scrape loads of that back just for going into the National Koi show for a start.
Yeah. You get if you're going to show as well, they give you a percentage discount.
Yeah, if you show, they give you a cheaper VAT and all that kind of stuff. It's good. Actually, I might even enter myself in, because I think I'm just about to renew mine. I think I'll have a look at my card. When's yours up, Kraft?
No, this is my new one.
Oh, all right. whatever. Oh, you can enter. Okay, you can enter as well.
Oh, I'm going to enter, mate. I like that apparel walking around the shop. It's always nice.
Oh, mate, it's a banging t-shirt. Yeah, it's really bad. But I've got the last one. I got the last one available ever.
You're out of order, mate. You've always got them little things. Did you get anything else? You're probably going to put it in your videos.
Yeah.
But did you get anything else a bit Gucci?
Oh, mate, I got some of Narita's like carbon fiber nets.
Did you manage to get one?
Well, no, not the big net, like sock nets, a long handle and a short handle.
Yeah, but mate, they are mint.
They're gorgeous, mate. You know, but he didn't have a lot. I did want some like the bigger nets, you know what I mean? But apparently Ryan is gonna try to get a load sent over. But you know, they're kind of not much off the price of a Matsuba net, but they're all carbon fiber and they are actually really nice. Like, trust me, they are.
They're built to last, aren't they?
Mate, they're gorgeous, mate. Honestly, you know, they're the best. Like, you know, Matsuba nets are absolutely gorgeous. You know, they stood the test of time. But now, when you go to all like the koi shops and koi breeders, they're all starting to turn over now to the #1 koi nets. Do you know what I mean? Because they're great.
It's one the UK market really suffers with is good koi nets.
Yes. Oh, mate, you have got some good nets here, like North Fine nets and all that kind of stuff. But they're really good nets. But yeah, there's something special about something that's produced in Japan. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, but like they do things better. I just like Japanese stuff as wicked.
It's built to last, mate. I mean, North Fine. I've got a trade account with them. I need to get on that really because I haven't done it. But looking at all the other stockists, mate, they when it comes to the larger end koi, I mean, smaller nets, what the likes of Pond Expert, Oase, etc. do, they're fine. But when you start eating into 60, 70 centimeter fish, they just don't cut it. They're not.
But yeah, but the actual like 80 to 1 meter sort of like Narita extendable carbon fiber poles, they weigh nothing.
But
like nothing whatsoever.
Sound sexy as well.
Yeah, and mate, they are incredible. I just like I could buy them there, but there's no way I could take them over on hand luggage. They're like massive.
Maybe I need to do a bit of ringing round to see if we can get a container or something like that.
Mate, they are fine, mate. I'm sure you'll be sitting on them for a while, but there's nothing like them in the world, mate. They are the finest nets in the world. Narita's #1 koi farm nets are superb, mate. Honestly, they're amazing.
Okay. Right, so there's been a £1 battle between Dave and Chris Taylor. All right, so I've just been letting that run in the background while Lee and I have a chat.
Awesome, like Street Fighter.
So I'm going to put a stamp on it because we've got a few to get through, and I don't particularly want £1 bids because otherwise it takes forever. All right, so what I would like you to do is put in your final bid. I'll tell you what, it's sold to Chris Taylor for £121. There you go, Chris.
Well done, Chris.
£121, Chris Taylor. Right, so I kept him hanging on a string for long enough. You could tell he wanted it, but I think I drained the life out of him on that, which is good fun. So for FFS, we're not calling that like 30 minutes ago. that's when someone's biting at the bit, which is real good fun. So, well,
it's his fault, mate, because he's got two friends on here chatting shit, and that's it now, isn't it?
See, but it's all in good fun, man. It's all in good fun. You
it's
know
all
the drill.
For charity. Pete's going to give 10% of tonight's earnings to Help the Heroes.
No, he's not. Not fun for my wallet, mate. You just got a steal of a fish there for that. Man.
I was joking, by the way.
No, it's all right. Don't worry, mate. People wouldn't listen anyway.
No, I know. Royalty.
He probably sat with his earbuds in, listening to like Kasabian.
No, I know exactly what he's done. He sat with my Krafty Koi #1 koi on his 85-inch TV at home on a still, and his missus is looking at it going, "Pete, why haven't you got a Krafty Koi?" I'm sorry, it's a Deutsch shower.
It's just like, oh mate, the poor bloke. Right, let's have a look. What's next? Come on, let's go for it.
Come on. What is it? I'm buzzing. Oh, NND.
Okay, go on, Lee. You kick this one off.
NND Kawaku. What can you say? Nice. What size is it? 20 cm. Oh, it's quite big actually. Yeah, it's nice. Got a nice pattern on it. Nice body. Fins are clean. Pec fins are a massive thing that Ryan's told me to look for all the time, and I don't know what it is.
100%.
When someone of knowledge tells you about something, it's just you. It's one of the first things I look at now is pec fins, because pec fins are so delicate, and sometimes when they get harvested and breeders are doing their thing, they're the first things that's going to get damaged, mate. Is the pec fins and the first ray on the dorsal, and that's almost on my checklist when I'm looking at a koi now. I look at it, but the first things I do is look at the pec fins. I can't help it. It's like a weird Tourette. And yeah, those pec fins are lovely.
Okay,
Nice clean dorsal fin all the way down.
What about the red eye?
Well, yeah, it's got a red eye. I can see that. In Britain, some people will hate it. In Japan, they wouldn't give a shit.
Correct. Right,
Yeah.
and that's what I honed in on. Now, this fish is a young fish because it's tozai, right?
Mm.
It's a strong fish. I ain't gonna lie. The Kiwa has still got a bit of development to go, but it's there. The Benny plate throughout this fish is really, really consistent as well. The body on the fish, for the size of the fish, is really, really, really decent.
Mm.
And I wish I had a picture of the fish that we've got in store. And when you see how shoulder heavy they come when they carry that mass, this fish has definitely got that potential. You know, it's head and shoulders. Look at the size of the head on it. You know,
Yeah, it's got a nice distance between the mouth and the dorsal. But another thing about this fish, yes, it's got a little bit to do. It's got a little bit of refinement to do with the benny plate, with the kiwi and the sashi, yes.
Yep.
But the one thing I'm looking at that, which who pointed out to me, one of the breeders last week, well, the week before the week I came back. So who was it? I can't remember. One of the farms I went to, we looked at a kawaku, and it was a very expensive fish. Trust me, it was like a million yen plus, which is like 3.5 grand plus fish, right? So if you look at that fish, if you were looking at that fish now on here from the nose, on the right hand side, it's got a gap of Saroji with a small benny plate in the middle of it. Wait for it now. In here, you can see there. Can you see the small benny plate inside that Saroji circle?
Yep.
Like we were looking at a fish, and one fish had that towards the peduncle, and the breeder was going wild for it. I'm not sure if it was Odakan, son. He was like that. That's a really technical part of the fish, which has really made it, because it was like had that small belly plate in a Saroji's like window in the pattern. That's got a similar kind of thing. I'm not saying it's a million yen fish, but like it has the same traits as that fish that we were looking at in Japan, you know?
Well, skin's good as well. The skin's good. Actually, what I will say is that the skin on all of our fish this year has been exceptional. Exceptional. I was having good chats with Alan Tate when he come down for the event, and he gave me a bollocking about the water being murky in some of the vats. But then, but when you lift the water, when you lift the fish up, and he's like, "Oh, mate," he said, if your vats were gin clear, I could sell so many fish. And I was like, you could, right? But if they're gin clear, I'm not going to keep the quality of the better fish that we've got. You know, it's a catch-22. People judge you on water, but actually, I'm looking at the fish. So if I'm going to sell a high-end fish, I want it to be high-end when it comes out the water, whether it's in gin clear water or cloudy water. I know what we've got, and I know what I can lift up. So, you know, and the skin on these has been, except I don't know whether it's just because they've come straight in from Japan to me, you know, and they've been QT'd in smaller numbers. I don't know what it is, but You know, for me, if you look at a certain individual that's bringing on NND Kahaku at the moment, he's put a few videos out, right? You don't need to go there. You don't need to go there to get hold of one. We have got plenty, right? And go and see what you can achieve yourself. You know, that's what it's all about.
Alan Tate loves green water. I'm sure he's had when he's from Newcastle. So back in the day, I'm sure he's had some green water coming from the end of his Karashi.
He drinks green water, mate.
Oh, mate, his main diet is bloody
Pea soup.
No, I can't keep slagging off Alan Koi, mate, because if he starts judging again, I'm going to be stuffed. Like, I like it when I love giving Alan a hard time, but I love it when he's on the benching squad, because obviously he can't do any damage to me then when he's judging. But mate, if he ever judges any of my fish, I'm not winning nothing, mate, because he hates me. I give him a right slagging.
Remember, mate, he don't know what fish are yours. Right? He'll go round and he'll just look at the fish and judge your fish, mate. Irrespective of whether he knows
Karashi now.
Right? He will only judge the fish that's in front of him. And that's been proven time and time again with you, Lee, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you've not won everything. Quite rightly so. But I think you've got a good chance this year. But
don't go saying that. Now I've lost everything. Now you can't go saying shit like that.
I'm honest in what I say. 30 seconds on this one, guys.
I've just PP'd my pond, actually. I give him a super duper dose this time.
I've just had fluke. So
I don't know. When I came back from Japan, the fish were a little mucused up. And I've changed my carbon, which is on my next video. And I've done a scrape. Yeah, nothing much on there, but a lot of mucus. And I thought to myself, yeah, I'm going to cleanse the pond. Boom, bit of PP. Bang, done.
Sold to Rick from New Forest Koi. Congratulations, mate.
Well done, Rick. I'm going to have to pop down to see Rick's place at some point.
Lee and I are going down. Alan and I are going down after the National League.
Where is that place?
It's New Forest, mate. It's down by
but where is that?
Near Salisbury Plain, mate.
Oh, Salisbury. Oh, that's not too far. Yeah, okay.
New Forest is on the side of Salisbury.
What do you mean after the National?
The week
after you mean?
We're going to travel down and go and see him.
Yeah, but straight from the National.
I don't know that yet.
I can, because I'll have a van full of fish to take home.
Yeah, but we can talk about that anyway.
Yeah. I want to take Alan to a strip joint.
Mate, he's been to plenty of them.
I know he has. That's why I want some tips from him.
He's on Grinder, mate.
I'm not taking Alan because it's his first time. I'm taking Alan because it's my first time and I want some tips.
That's fair enough. Harry, can we have the Tamasaba, please?
Oh, stop. Turn your eyes away now, Alan. And I'm going to go in. Oh, look at the bloody ass on that. Guys, okay. If this thing doesn't sell, it's coming back to my aquarium in the bloody pond, in my kitchen.
These fish, very high quality from Mauritian. Also, well, this one's certified. All the ones I've got in the shop are certified, to be fair. It's Kahaku type. The Benny plate on it is immensely good. The body structure is immensely good. The Shiroji is immensely good. My dog's just having a meltdown. Long-tailed variety, this one. I can't tell you if it's male or female because I didn't check it. But for a starting bid of £100, it's not going to go anything cheaper than that, guys, I promise you. So don't sit back hoping I'm going to drop the price. I'm not, because I will sell them for a lot more in store. So this is an auction special for £100. If you want it, get bidding. Long tail variety. I think one of the better ones that we got in the pond. So you ain't got one yet.
No, I know I haven't, because they are cool though. I love them, mate. When I get them, don't worry about the long tail variety. If you're not after a long tailed one, buy that and just trim it down. But
no, don't do that.
I'm joking. But like, yeah, Mauritian Tamasaba are the one. Now, most dealers, well, not most, a lot of dealers do them. NND do a really nice Tamasaba. Make loads of dealers. You'd be surprised. Danichi now do really good Tamasaba, but I think realistically, Mauritian is the dog's bollocks. They are incredible, and I've seen them when they're like Sansai, when they're like 3 years old. Guys, these things are like watermelons. Trust me, they are really comical. Like, you know, but they're huge. They're like massive, like proper like small bowling balls. You know.
Well, they are like a pumpkin.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great fun. They're awesome. I'm worried about getting one because I don't know if it will swim against the current in my pond because there's some serious current there. In my mind, it's just going to be stuck against the skimmer 24 hours a day.
That's mate. They're stronger than you think. Actually,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but
they they prefer a deeper pond, and it's quite important that you've got a deeper pond, because as they get bigger, they rely on the water pressure down low because of the swim bladder. However, they are greedy fish, and they will really, really hold their own. They're hardy, so don't worry about winters, right? They will survive no problem in cold water, and they hold their own against koi as well. So they will battle up against koi to get to food. So quite surprising, actually, that there's not more interest in this. I thought the fact that it's certified and such a good quality fish, two-step Kahaku and Tamasaba, they go for a hell of a lot more money.
yeah, well, like I said, we exclusively Koi and myself done an event with I think 30 Tamasaba.
Yeah.
And even from a batch of 30 to reduce the price for like a special event, because when I went in October, I was there with Ryan. Obviously, I use his credit card to my advantage. And I'm like, Ryan, I think we should really give the people what they want. Let's give them some, like, as cheap as we can, Tamasaba. And they worked out literally not far off double that price already. Do you know what I mean? And that's like getting a box of them. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's definitely valued more than £100.
I'll spill the beans. The starting bid, right, is less than what I paid for this fish.
Yeah, they're expensive fish, mate. They're really, mate. In Japan, they are hot stuff.
They are hot stuff.
In fact, my very favorite, Krafty, my very favorite karaoke bar that is owned by a very, very, very well-known breeder's wife has got a tank of Mauritian
Oh, they
Tamasaba.
Mauritian. I'll tell you what, mate.
Oh, and in Shinoda, Shinoda. No, sorry, Omosako in his office.
Yeah,
Mauritian Tamasaba.
That tank in that karaoke bar, it had that purple light above it.
That's it,
mate. Them fish look absolutely mint.
Like,
remember when we went in there and I give you lots of stuff to sing, because I didn't join in. Yeah, 151 people watching.
So I'm thinking over there, I have got, Harry might be able to help me with this actually. I have got an oak little cabinet there, which is about 1.5 meters long. Harry, do you know where I can get a custom made tank to fit on there? Because if I can, I'm just going to have a tank full of Mauritian Tamasaba in my front room.
Well, we need to do a chat because I can get custom built tanks.
Yeah. So if I show, let me spin you around. Across there. How good would that look? A Tamasaba tank across there.
That look banging.
Oh, yes. Imagine when all the ladies come here going, oh, what's this fat goldfish? Well, then, they're from my friend, Parada Boy, Mauritian.
I don't know. Right, no more interest in that. I'll tell you what, Daryl, that is the bargain of the night. It's sold to you, mate, for £100. Yeah, I'm wounded, mate, to be fair. I thought there'd be a lot more interest in a certified, very high quality Tamasaba. but that's the beauty of the auctions. I will let them go. Just so you know, mate, I paid £120 for that fish. Right, starting.
And then with the VAT, the shipping.
Well, not including that. That's
handling fees.
Yeah, they go for £200 in the shop, right? And there you go. You just got it at 50% the value we send it for in the shop. So, you know, I'll spill the beans, mate. I don't mind, and I think I quite like the fact when people get a little win-win. It's good for them. So well done, mate.
He's beat the dealer.
Yeah, yeah, he has indeed. If you just call the shop 01462850822. There is a auction number on each of these, which I always forget about, but I don't know if it's been on there or not. But just tell me.
Well done, Daryl. I'll talk to Pete after this, and I'll get you a free pond bomb sent out as well. Well done.
Cool. Hang on a minute. I've just had a message come through
from Pete. I'm not giving away free pond bombs.
No. It's from our easy peasy. I don't know what that means. But Ayo, next one, please, mate. I want to concentrate on the Tozai, mate. I want to keep the Nisai to the end of the auction, please, mate. So another Tozai, please, mate.
Mate, this is so excited because I haven't got a clue what's coming up. Oh, we've got a Kajaku. Oh.
Okay, so Hoshkai.
Hosokai, mate, the best looking man in Japan.
you fancy him, don't you? So Kajaku, dude, these guys specialize in this type of fish.
Yeah, Hosokai is awesome, mate. Honestly, his dad, and you know what? Right, I had a bit of a flirting session for one of his female workers there. Remember? Well, I showed her my penis, and she scared of me now. But apart from that, we got on really well. She bumped into me. So Hosokai's mum and her came into the Japan Junior Koi show, and she seen me and she goes, "Oh!" And I went, "Whoa!" And she goes, "No." She ran away. Anyway, whatever.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna spin this one, all right? Because the Kajaku are quite hard to find at Tozai level, which is why I bought quite a few this year. I didn't pick this fish out. It wouldn't have been my first pick. I ain't going to lie. So the first person that puts £50 down will win it.
And it's Hosokai. Mate, no matter what it looks like, it deserves £50 because I know it's gonna develop into something nice. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, well, these fish hold their own. They look good as they get big. Lot of work to go. Metallic fish, 50 quid. Dave, sold to you, mate, for £50. There you go. Done. I'm happy with that.
So we went to me and Ryan got invited to Hosokai's secret private koi house. Like that, even Atsushi, who's been working in Japan for 20 years or something like that, doing his agent work, has only ever been there once before, right? So we went there, and mate, some of the Kajaku he's got in there is, mate, it's not my kind of variety, but like when you see a good one, you're in awe, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? And like fair dues, yeah, Omosako stuff is good, and Hosokai stuff is also amazing. You know,
you like his filter, his actual farmhouse, don't you? His fish house.
It's gorgeous, but yeah, it's about 40 minutes outside of Nagaoka, and you travel out, and it's just in the middle of nowhere, and then you come up, and there's just this beautiful wooden fish house.
Strange
it's insane.
Shape.
Yeah, it's insane. You know, it's awesome. Yeah.
I think I spent a good probably 4 hours up in that farm. To be fair.
Did you meet the love of my life? One of his female staff members. She's quite big.
No, I don't believe so. There was a woman there and a little dog.
That's his mum. No, sorry, Hosokai. I'm not talking about your mum. I'm talking about your staff member. And Hosokai actually offered me to go and work there in October to be a helper for like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. And yeah, when I showed his female helper my mosquito, she was a bit worried about me actually going there. But
I ain't surprised, mate. Not everyone loves looking at it. But it
It's
is good
clean.
fun.
There's no warts on it or anything like that.
Right then, so we have got 4 fish left for tonight. We have got a Deutscher Chiba, we have got a Snow Asagi, we've got a Ginrin Shiro, and also a Golden Corn. What do you want to go with?
First,
Yeah. A Chiba, Asagi, Shiro, or Corn?
a Chiba. Let's do it. We leave the corn to last because that's one of the last farms I went to was Taniguchi. Oh, oh,
Yamaju, Nisai,
oh! Right.
36
I've got
centimeters.
a love of a Yamaju. Hang on, Yamaju. Is that the one that's got Keiko? She's the love of my life. She's a large lady, but there's something about her. I like her a lot.
Okay, so it's a small Nisai. Well, it's a Nisai, irrespective of whether it's big or small. 36 cm, Deutz, a Chiba. These are like rocking horse shit to get hold of, number one. This fish is extremely good. The thing that I like about this, and people say it's a Tancho Chiba, it's really not. You can't get a Tancho in an Chiba range. It has got a Tancho spot on its head, though, that for people that know. You can't get
So
Tancho.
if you want it to be a Tancho Achibo, it is. It's a Tancho Achiba with a little bit of Coochie Benny. Absolutely. No, is it Coochie Benny? It's not. It's going to be...
I don't know, but to be fair, mate, it is that because it goes into the lips anyway.
But
it's
but
not,
what is...
it's
Yeah,
not
but
Benny,
if it's
is it?
Coochie... It's not Coochie Benny because Benny is red. What
Red.
is brown in Japanese?
Okay, so Alan Tate is watching, so maybe he could educate us on what the Japanese
So I know Karashi Goi. Karashi means mustard. So
Correct.
maybe Chargoi is brown koi. So maybe that is Coochie Chargoi.
Maritan. It's no, the bit on the not. Yeah, I know that, mate. It's the bit on the actual around the mouth hole we're on about.
Yeah. So Al, what is brown? What is that brown rusty color in Japanese? I think even Al won't know that.
Well, this
He's from
fish,
Newcastle, mate.
this fish. What more can I say, mate? They're in high demand, and I have not sold it twice because it hasn't been going to the right pond. Okay. 200 quid at the minute is nowhere near where this fish should be.
That's 36 cm.
It's a big, hard to find fish, and the reason why this is in is because
Well done, Jack. By the way,
everybody to something that's quite hard to find. Now, a Chiba, for those that don't know, is autumn leaf on water, and what you tend to find with the stuff coming through it, like at smaller scale, is that you'll get lines of the brown coming across the fish, rather than a break of pattern, i.e., small dots going across it, which is what they should be. Hence the reason this fish pattern is how an Chiba pattern should be. It may lack a little bit in the rear, in the tail, but where it lacks at the back, it is so good at the front, because what is unique about this is having the Maritan spot and also what we would see the Kuchibeni on the front. You are not going to find an Achiba with this type of marking anywhere else. I promise you. From the moment I kept koi, this fish or this variety of fish was something I've always had my eye on, and they are extremely hard to get. And to get one with a Maritan spot is almost impossible, if not an extremely unique thing to see.
and I mean, it's also hard to explain, but it's also a thing of that fish is extremely nice. It's a lovely fish. It's got a lovely body. It's got lovely markings. Obviously, the Maritan spot is probably going to enhance a little bit because it's on the head. So that hopefully that's going to darken up to match the rest of the fish. But also,
that's one thing, Lee. The colours will change.
Exactly, because through the colours, through the temperatures. But if that fish there had another marking towards the peduncle area, it would probably quadruple in price. There's always there's always a twist on koi about what you can afford and what you can what you can get. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to find the perfect fish and the perfect markings. But that, to me, is a lovely fish. I would have no problems with that in my pond if I wanted an achiever. Not my cup of tea, but I have found a load of achiever, mate, in Japan. They blow me away. Do you know what I mean? Now, the more I go to Japan, the more I have like open my eyes to like amazing varieties that are just like blow me away. Do you know what I mean? And Achiever truly is one of those. They are really a spectacular fish. They really stand out from the crowd of a pond of fish sometimes, which is a mixture. You know.
When this fish gets right, so the development side of this fish, the pattern itself, the brown markings, as they get older, it will start to develop a black outline,
Mm.
and that really then pushes that. The way that you look at the fish, it just changes how you perceive the pattern, because it really pushes it out. Obviously, as the water increases in temperature, the color starts to protrude through more, so it will darken off. In cooler temperatures, it will lighten off, and that was one thing that I really like about Achiever, is the fact that you see that the pigment change throughout the year. So you can look out, it's lost a little bit of its color when in full sun, when it's nice 23, 24 degree water, that bronze shines through. It looks absolutely amazing. He's not showing in the backstage yet, but yeah, when you're ready, Gaz. Right, Guy, I'm extremely surprised that no one's going for this fish, but I'm going to call 1 minute on it.
Well, Jack's got it, mate. He missed out on the Koaku, wasn't it? The Deutsche Koaku, was it?
Who was that?
Jack's just bid
Yeah,
200 quid on
yeah,
it.
he did. Yeah. I mean, this guy's got a cracking pond as well. So,
Really?
yeah.
Mate, I'd love to do a pond tour and go around every pond in the UK. It might take me a little while, but I'd love it.
I've started to do that. So I've been more customer drop-offs that I'm doing. I'm asking to do videos.
Well, of course you should do that, mate. You should that's a great thing that you should do, really, is like expose people to everyone's setup. It's a massive learning curve.
It's nice for people to see these sort of things, but £2.50 increment, that's all I'm looking for. This fish is going far too cheap, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Just to give you an idea, this fish is, I believe, off the top of my head, 445 in store.
Go on, Jack boy, you're in the money. There's no excuse not to join the BKKS after this.
It's true, you should be part of the BKKS anyway, Jack, but
everyone should be. It's your local thing. Well, truth be told, no, I can't say anything. But anyway, I like you.
Sam Hirschfield's just come up, man. He's still waiting for someone to visit my pond on the Isle of Arran in Scotland.
Yeah. Dude, I'm there. Like, I've got a van. I want to do the Scottish 500. Are you anywhere near the Scottish 500? I'll come up and see you. As long as it's not a midgie. Mate, when I was in the military, and I used to go up to, like, Vaseline and all that kind of stuff with the midgies. Mate, midgies in Scotland, mate, they destroyed 500 American Rangers at one point.
Sold, Jack. Well done.
Bravo, Jack.
Oh man, I'm having to bite my lip. Sold, Jack. If we've changed the thing, that's good. Man, I'm devastated that went for so cheap. I would have paid $200 for that. I'm devastated. Yeah, well done, mate. You've got yourself a bag. People always pick my pocket. I don't get it, but it is what it is. Well done. Do you want to take that fish off, mate? I'm depressed.
Right, what's next? I am buzzing.
Whatever he pops up, not the golden corn, though, mate.
Golden corn's last, mate.
Jack's just come back up. He can't afford the BKKS because Krafty's got all my money. Right then, high demand for these.
I hope Joe Mitchell's not watching.
Hard to get a good version of a decent size snow asagi. There's a misconception that these fish fall to bits as they get to sort of Nisai, but I think if you pick the right fish, it's same with anything, mate. If you pick the right fish, then the quality comes. So asagi are one of my favourite varieties, as they should be everybody's. And this fish, when we look through, the head to start with is immaculate. It is absolutely spotless, which is very important at this age. The belly is already strong. You see it through the pec fins into the tail fin, and also it literally goes round the whole gill plates into the eyes, which is what you need to see. There is a small amount just starting to show in the dorsal fin, which I would expect will continue to grow through. Now, the asagi line itself, looking at the top, you're looking for a high-class gin in this. Again, just to go over the gin, it starts behind the head, which is where it should be, not back on the shoulder. Okay, so some of the cheaper variants of this, the gin will sit back on the shoulders, not right from where the head meets the body. So you'll see on the selection of this, the gin is sitting exactly where it should be for a decent quality gin, and then it goes all the way through down into the tailstop. Now, this fish has got a starting bid of 225, and it won't go lower than that, irrespective of what people type in the comments. The starting bid is at 225. You may have already realised that at Nisai and 36 cm, the quality of this fish is banging. Jack, it is just moved into its second year, mate. So it's just in Nisai. Lee, anything from you?
Yeah, okay. So I don't know a lot about asagi, but ironically, this trip I was talking about asagi to Ryan because he is a wealth of knowledge. And the one specific thing I did ask about asagi, I'm not sure if it was Otsuka's or if it was Hosokai, not Maraju, but obviously it's the same variety. We bowled up 3 or 4 really high grade asagi, but we're talking like kind of like silly money asagi, and one of them had Benny down the dorsal, and I was like, I said, the Benny down the dorsal, because like the other 2 or 3 haven't got it, but that one has, and they go, yeah, that's not a default. That's like if they've got it and it looks balanced and it looks nice, that's fine.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not like they have to have it or don't have to have it. If it suits the fish, it's good. And also like you've got like there's some nice Benny in the pecs. It looks balanced. You've got the Benny coming up on the face onto the gill plates and obviously down the lateral line of the fish. The scalation looks quite tidy, for a ginrin. The ginrin always throws off sometimes the scalation of a fish,
Yeah, it
but
does. Yeah.
it looks nice to me. Nice head, nice body. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like
So the reason why I don't necessarily buy a Tozai at this is because it's better with this variety to buy slightly bigger. So in the Nisai, you can see how well that fish is going to do. When you buy, it's always a risk when you buy Tozai. You're never really going to know where they go. But if you buy a Tozai Snow Asagi and then it goes into Nisai and then it does start to fall to bits, right? Number one, it's a harder sell, but number two, you don't really want that in your pond. So if you buy Snow Asagi on a slightly larger scale, you've got an idea that they will hold their quality as they get bigger. It's a lot stronger to see where they go. So, that is why you don't see many Tozai Snow Asagi in the UK. I think they're a hard sell, at Tozai level because they're misunderstood. Plus, the Benny on a majority of them isn't there, which makes them even harder to sell. You should really be looking for one in 1 year old with no Benny in it whatsoever. So it works the same with a normal Asagi, but it makes them harder to sell because they're a grey dollfish with a shiny scale. People will overlook them. So you want a more of a decorated fish with regards to the belly coming through at this size that makes people understand what they're getting. So no interest in that. We're going to move on. That'll go back in the pond. Boom.
Ooh. Oh, Fuji. Now, I've been to that koi farm myself. Mate, hell of a body on that fish.
It's an absolute banger.
30 cm. Nice pattern. Nice skin. Brilliant price. The head is a little bit coloured, but obviously it's young.
It's very young. Starting bid, £180, guys, on this. Ginrin from a Fuji. Shiro Atsuri. Exceptional body. It is a Chibi Nisai.
Okay. Oh, that's why it's got a mega body then. Yeah, mate, I love a Chibi Nisai, no offence. Mate, muting the growth of a Tozai for 1 year doesn't half make a difference with the quality of the fish.
Yes.
It's bonkers. Like, I've seen it time and time again now, and I was like, that, wow, amazing. We went to, hang on now, oh, shit, who was it? So before we went to Taniguchi last week, we went to, I can't remember. We went to another farm right next to Taniguchi. It's like 6 minutes walk away. If you go back at my videos, you'll see it. Like, I think it's the last day or the last but one day. And they had like Chibinisai in there that Ryan was buying. And I was like that. Poo, cuckoo, cuckoo. It's bonkers, mate, honestly. But look at the body on that for the size. It's mega, isn't it?
Mate, this fish stands out. Which is one reason I picked this fish out the pond. The camera does it well, actually. I ain't gonna lie. So Chibinisai kept off of cold water, kept on cold water while it's through Tozai. Benefits from that. The skin develops well. The pattern will develop well.
Everything develops well.
It just makes a stronger fish for the future, in my opinion.
Because it's not pushed. It's not pushed. It's a natural environment. It's not pushed at all. But I still really. So I've got a Chibinisai that I bought from Sakazumi. Okay, yeah, it's not a Shiro. It's a Kawaku. But as soon as it's hit my water at 24, 25 degrees with water, with heat, with the sake growth, I can't stop it growing. I literally think if you put if you get a Chibinisai or a Tozai the same time, right, which are the same size, but one's a year older, and then you whack them on the heat with the food, I reckon the Chibinisai will definitely outgrow in speed-wise the Tozai, if you know what I mean. But it's a better quality fish because it's been like restricted.
Yeah.
For the first year.
It's how the fish should develop. You know, the fact that we alter their temperature in a pond means that we're providing an environment we know that they thrive at for our own personal benefit to get big quick. Right? If like any fish in the UK was to be born over here without the aid of an air source heat pump or whatever, and in a normal unheated pond, which most of us have got, when you put a little Tozai in, it's not going to grow exceptionally quick like yourself, Lee. With your growth, you're getting a centimetre a week, right? You're not going to get that without that little aid to push it along. So the fact of the matter is on this fish is that we can see at 30 centimetres that the body is insane. You put that into hot water now, or if you can push it now, you've already got the skin development. You've already starting to see where not starting. You can see where the sum is going to come, right? So I'm just going to take people through it. I'm going to work from the head backwards. All right. So the memoir on the head is there. There's not going to be a hell of a lot, much more different going on with that, I can't imagine.
It's nice though.
Yeah. It's there. It goes up into the shoulder. When you look on the right side of the fish, there is a small, well, it's not small, it's a Benny Asumi patch. When you look at the sashi that's in that, it's nice and deep. All right, so we know that there is a hell of a lot more of that development to come on the fish. So that right hand side behind the gill plate is really going to solidify. Coming back on the fish, again, the sashi, for those people that don't know the sashi, it's the shady area, i.e. the side of the scale that's headmost. We're not looking for it to be any more than 3 scales wide, i.e. when we count back on the scales, it needs to be 1 or 2 or 3 at most in order for us to identify what's going to do. Normally, when it's a lot more than that, it will tend to really scruffy the pattern up. With regard to the back end of the scale, okay, extremely well defined, and the gin really adds. And again, what I will say is, guys, when you look at the gin, look at how shiny it is in the black, in the black. And that is what I pride myself on with the gin, is making sure that we're getting an extremely good metallic luster through that sumi pattern. Because if that sumi, if that gin disappears in that black area, it takes away the beauty of what gin should be. So that's why it needs to be there. Well balanced, not a checkerboard, but who needs a checkerboard? Again,
it's close to it, mate. That's a nice pattern.
It will come, and in fact, you're fairly right.
I think when I look at the fish, I think if I was looking at the nose back towards the fish, that larger area of Saroji on the right hand side, I don't know. I think that there's got a little bit of sumi there. I think that's going to get bigger. That sumi is really good quality, considering it's Ginnerin and you've seen the shine in it. If that was not a Ginnerin fish, that would be like jet black sumi there now.
Well, to be fair, mate, the camera itself, because we can't broadcast 4K. All right, it's it's not something that we can do. No, not gypsies, just not available.
I'm joking. I'm a gypsy. Don't. That's it.
So am I,
okay.
to be fair.
I can slag myself off.
With the naked eye in the flesh, the sumi on this is ink black, and it's only going to get better year on year as that skin develops. And that it's you said it's not far off. On actually looking at the development on that right flank, as that grows in, there's a good chance you are going to.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see the shadow underneath. That's going to be another patch, and that will make a really nice checkerboard then.
Ginrin Shiro, they're not very common either. So getting hold of these again is it's not really difficult, but you don't see many of them. Is what I'm saying. So it's worth trying to grab yourself a bargain now. And at 230 quid, we're still well under what I'm selling these for in store. So if people are put off by the colour of the head, don't be. It's a young fish. As that fish grows out into years 3 and 4, the colour on the head should whiten up. If it's a male fish, it may have a slight discolouring anyway, but it takes nothing away. It will fade off at least.
What are you feeding in the shop? Are you feeding like growth in the shop?
We feed balance in ponds with black and white. Balance goes in. Anything else?
Okay, yeah. So it's just because it's young, then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So colour food obviously will bring out all the wrong qualities on the fish. You don't want to push it to make that head darker. But again, looking for £2.50 increments, this fish is still too cheap at the moment. But it is what it is. Have you seen many of these through Japanly?
Ginrin Shiros, yeah, mate, like you see everything in Japan, but seeing things of nice quality, right? Okay, so I really, really am a fan of Chibi Nisai stuff. Like, I would rather buy really nice Chibi Nisai stuff than actual like Tozai stuff, because the pattern now is like, it's set in stone, really. The quality, the body is really good. It's all there now, and you're buying something really quite stable. You just now got to take it to your pond and do what you want to do with it growth-wise. That's it.
That's the key. So I've got about 4 ponds in the shop of Chibi Nisai, and I think that there's this thing about bonsai koi and all that. Okay, that's all just marketing bullshit. All right. a chibi Nisai is it's been kept on cold water. It's a Nisai and it's smaller than what they would be if they was to push it. That's all it is. But the benefits that come from having a chibi Nisai is that you push through some of that the vulnerability that they have to issues in water for a start, because their metabolism and their ability to fight off illness, etc., is already there. So
but I think I'm no expert, mate, on any aspect of koi, to be honest.
But you're very well educated, Lee. So
I generally think that a Chibinisai will probably still achieve in its lifetime its growth potential overall.
Here.
Do you know what I mean? But you're buying something quite stable and something that's not been pushed too much, because in my opinion, when I've had like 30, 40 toes on my grow on, the things that I'm feeding flat out on the right heat, the things that's excelled in growth has
fell to bits.
It's fallen to pieces. Yeah.
Literally.
Quality.
The body's there, but it really puts strain on the pattern.
Yeah, on the pattern,
it can even destroy the Benny quality, etc. And you only end up with like the numbers game scenario. You end up with a few that are worthy.
Oh, so here's one for you. This is perfect. This is a perfect example. Last week we were in Kibby Koi Farm, right?
Yeah, I've got a
Who
couple
specializes in pretty much Ginnerin Showa, I guess, or Ginnerin Sankey, but Ginnerin Showa, mate, he's amazing at, right? So Ryan bought an outstanding Ginnerin Showa, I'm sure it was, right? For Azakari.
Yeah.
And he goes to Kibby. He goes, how big do you think this will be, in October out at the mud ponds? And he goes, do you want it big or do you want it pretty? And Ryan went, pretty.
Big and pretty.
He goes 45 to 50 then. If you want it big, I can overfeed it and it'll be 55 to 60. Do you know what I mean? It's up to you what you want to do. Mate, it ain't about the size. Trust me. It's about the quality of a fish. And mate, these fish, like the Chibinisais, mate, are like the ones, mate. They are real high quality. And when you go to like the koi show I was in a few weeks ago, the Japan Junior Koi Show, most of those fish that you've seen in the bags on the floor, some of those are 3 or 4 years old, and they're still only about 30 cm because they're such high quality. They're just kept cold for show purposes. That's it, and that's how they're so like vibrant. The skin is so like lustrous. Do you know what I mean? Their bodies are like amazing. It's all because they've kept cold and they haven't been pushed. You know what I mean? Anyway, whatever.
Sorry, no, you're right, mate. I was just looking at, I was just seeing if we was having issues because somebody's just written in there. But so Michael Thompson's part of Crouch Valley Koi Club. He does extremely well with his fish, and if he's on this, sorry, Mike, I'm going to use your name to my advantage, mate. If you've got a bid on this, then you've obviously seen the quality that it is. So, but I'm going to put a minute on it because we've been on for an hour and 44 now. So if I don't see any advances on 230, it will sell at £230. So
who's on the microwave? Kelly's got the old pot noodles in there.
What are you cooking?
I'm having a sausage roll.
He's having a sausage roll from Greg's.
Oh my God. Hey, I'm coming up to stay with you next weekend.
Woo!
You're welcome anytime, Lee. You know that.
I'm staying on the pump house though.
Guys, don't let this one go too cheap, guys. It's 240. David's
got it. Go on, get the credit. Get the Monzo out, boy.
We've got one more to go, which is a corn, I believe. I think it's just
is there only one more?
Yeah.
The golden corn.
We may be able to dip in if people are watching. I've got a bag full of fish that are ready to be auctioned. So if there's anything, I don't know. I might just keep it short. 250, Mike. Thank you very much. Well done. So Mike's in at 250. Let's keep this one going. I have got Tanchoka Haku, mate.
From where?
From where? In the auction, no.
Oh, What other fish have you got ready to go on if you were going to put extra ones on? Where are they from? What farms and stuff?
From everywhere, mate. I've got literally from all over the place in there.
Ooh. Really?
Goshki, no Goshki. See, Goshkis are a fan favourite, aren't they? 260. 1 minute warning, Mike.
Any Hiroi Goshki?
No. Kawakami Goshki.
Okay, that's nice. But I'm a fan of the twins. What can I say?
Hiroi, I didn't get any off, mate.
No, mate.
It
Mate,
was
when me
like-
and Ryan was over there a couple of weeks ago, dude, mate, mate, the Goshki he had. If you go back on the videos, you'll see it on the first week in Japan. They were superb, mate. But trying to twist his arm, to give us a pickup was it's just they're just so in demand that they just like so laid back about it. Or could we come and pick after the Junior Koi show? Yeah, maybe. But they don't have to try to sell these things because they can just instantly sell out. They try not to sell stuff too quick. Do you know what I mean? Oh, your audio's gone.
When I was there, Lee, we went up there and it was the first time that they've ever come across the fish house being locked. Went up, chink, chink. See your sticker on the door. So they obviously knew I was coming, mate. So
keeps them safe. That sticker does. You wait till they see the Godzilla KoiSoldier sticker. Oh shit, the bed.
I'm just ringing Harry because there's a lemon harawaki that's in the auction bay. Harry, hang on, you're really quiet. Is that because I've turned you down? It is.
Because he's still looking at my picture.
Have a look at lemon harawaki, mate, in the auction folder. It's a metallic white and yellow fish, mate. I know we've got one in the auction bay. I don't know if it's been filmed yet. So if you're not sure what it looks like, Google it, mate, and then do a cross-reference that way.
Oh, he'll end up picking up bloody neon tetra or something.
I'm going to come off because obviously you can hear me on here anyway. So I know I've got a lemon harawaki that's extremely good, actually, in the auction folder. That's sold to David for £260. Well done, my friend. So we'll have a look through there. I'm at home, so I've not got access to my second screen. I've only got the one screen, otherwise I'll be able to find it myself. So, yeah, lemon harawaki. The final one that we've got is a golden corn. Now, you've been to Taniguchi, Lee, haven't you?
Oh, I have.
So let's just, Harry, just change this up for us.
Let's have a look at this golden corn. Now, I'm not saying I'm no expert on golden corn, but I've been there.
No.
And we selected a few fine golden corn last week. Oh, and actually in the Narita event as well, Ryan actually won pretty much his first pick golden corn as well.
So, Mike, can you just confirm if that? So the starting bid on this is 300, mate. But if you're coming in at 270, I'll accept that. So I'm going to put that on screen anyway. 270, I'll accept that's close enough for me. So I don't know. I've sold a fair few of these already, and this example slipped under the radar for me. So the Kanoko effect that we're trying to achieve on these now, they're quite a Marmite fish, but I think they're quite they're not quite understood because they're a fairly new variety. So, oh, serious lag. Is anyone else getting lag, guys? Let me know. So the quality of these, right, I've lost my thought process because of that. So quite a misunderstood fish. These fish are bred through Asagi, okay? Quite a long breeding plan to get them to where they are now, but they develop over time. So what you see now is not what you're going to end up with in 2 years' time. Come in a various amount of colours, some more orange, some more yellow, and they do change. Yeah, so hopefully Harry, you can carry on downloading, mate. It should be okay this end, mate. But we'll see if it lags out. Let me know, guys, and I'll get a download paused just so you're aware, because I'm trying to upload the fish for the next auction. Some fish show less color, some fish show more color, but as the time goes on through the actual through their development, they can really change color, and the color can drop off and then come back in more intense. What we're trying to achieve is the Kanoko type pattern, which is what you're seeing on this fish. It is only Nisai, it is certified, and for those people that Kanoko is, that you've got the color in the middle of the scale, boom, Rick's seen it. Got the color in the center of the scale, and then it is then outlined with the shiroji, if you like. And then what that provides is just a honeycomb pattern all the way through. Now, the good thing about these is they've also got gin. All right, so the gin is exceptional. Now, I've been keeping these in very murky water for skin conditions. I've been keeping these in murky water in store for conditioning purposes to make sure that they hold the condition. So when I've been dipping the net, I've been pulling up. This one went under the radar, and when I seen it, I was like, that is our auction fish, because the Kanoko is already showing, especially when you look down towards the end of the tail, you can really see what a finished bit of Kanoko looks like. It's immense, and if we manage to achieve that across the whole of that fish, it's going to look absolutely amazing. Don't get put off by the color on the head. Again, that is part of the development. It will come. Again, it's all about trust the process. It's about trust the process and allow the fish to become the fish, rather than trying to pick up the fish that is finished now, buy it now for the future, learn from it and watch it develop, because that is what golden corn is all about. They are a Marmite fish. Some people say they're unstable. Some people say they don't. I actually disagree with that. They're not an unstable bloodline now. I think that they've been around enough now to see that they produce what they can if you know what you're looking for. It's the same as absolutely any other variety. Screen shows Michael 230 comments have New Forest at 300. Okay, that should be at 340 now because New Forest is back in. So when you've been up to Taniguchi, Lee, have you seen a lot of these?
So let me tell you about my experience in Taniguchi. Let me tell you now, his toilet is absolutely immaculate. His office is full of awards. And the first time I walked into one of his koi houses, it was about 50 degrees, and he was sewing up pec fins. I watched him for about half an hour. It was really good. And then we went into another polytunnel, and Ryan had a specific order for one of his clients, one of his more like high-end clients with a decent budget. He had a screenshot of a certain golden corn. Obviously, the golden corn has got so many. It's one variety, isn't it? But it's got so many different variants, like the dark ones, the lighter ones like this, the Ginrin ones, the non-Ginrin ones. And I don't know. It is a Marmite fish. It's not my cup of tea. Okay. Yes, it is unstable, but it is getting more stable because it's going through the generations. If I was to buy a golden corn, it would be more like what we've got on the screen right now, which is looks more like corn kernels because it's a golden corn. So I quite like the Saroji patches with the Kanoko sort of like scaling going through it.
Yeah, the scalation through it, mate.
The scale through it, but with a broken pattern. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want like a whole sort of like perfect Akamatsuba sort of like pattern going through it. I kind of like what you've got there, where it's broken and it looks like corn kernels have been pulled off, and you've got that Kanoko pattern. You know, do you see where I'm coming from? That's my kind of thing. But when we went to Taniguchi, Ryan's customer had a different idea of what he portrayed as what he wanted, which is a lot darker
Yep.
golden corn,
We've got them in
non-ginnering.
store as well. Yep.
Yeah, with a lot more of a sort of like Akamatsuba, sort of like scalation
More
kind of pattern
reticulation,
on it,
more
which is fine.
scalation. Yeah.
Yeah, which this is the beauty with this variety. There's so many different, not variety. There's so many different types of that variety that you can pick from. That's what he wanted. However, when Taniguchi-san did net the pond, there was one or two that Ryan was missing, not because he didn't think they were nice, it's because he was looking for a specific kind of look for his client. But there was one Ginnering one. Oh man, and when you've seen the flank of it and you've seen the Kanoko pattern with that broken Soroji patches through it,
Yeah.
it was superb. And I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, why the fuck isn't he picking that one? And I said,
Yeah.
Ryan, look at that one. He goes, yeah, pal. He goes, my client wants a darker one. And I was like, oh, all right. Because sometimes, mate, Ryan's on the spectrum. He's got what he's got in his head and he goes for it. And then sometimes it doesn't make sense until he explains to me. And I'm like that. Oh, right. Okay.
Where it's going to go, how it's going to develop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what you've got to do with these fish, because when they're young.
Yeah, exactly. But what you've got there, mate, is a lovely example of a Taniguchi golden corn. As far as I'm concerned, that is if I was going to go for one, it would be that lovely corn color with those, with a Kanoko pattern coming also, but with like the little gaps of Soroji that makes it look like the corn kernels have been pulled off the cob. Do you know what I mean?
And that will still come. I mean,
yeah, it's going to refine even more. Yeah, nice body, clean fins. Yeah, nice.
Right, so it looks like we're having a little bit issues on across Facebook and also YouTube. However, sorry, Harry. We get both come up on here. I'm allowing for the lag. What I will say is, guys, sometimes you guys will have to do a refresh in order to catch up. Okay, because what it will do sometimes, if you get a bit of lag, it will download a bit of the video and then play you again. So you will still be behind. So if you do a refresh on your screen, it will bring you at the point where you should be. Okay. So one thing I haven't done is talk about the actual fish itself, other than how the development occurs on this fish. Like I said earlier, it is an Asagi type fish, so you are looking for Asagi type development. The fins on this fish are absolutely immaculate, and you will see that you've got a little bit of the yellow starting to leak into each pec fin, which is exactly what we're looking for. The head on the fish is big. The body frame on this fish is, I'm not going to guarantee it, but I would say looking at the body on this, it is potentially carrying egg. It looks like it's starting to develop a little bit of an eggy belly, right, which is fine because females carry a bit of egg. So this fish, not guaranteed, I would say is probably a female fish. So if you understand where this bloodline and this variety gets to, when you're looking at the frame, when you're looking at the fact that there's a potential here for it to be female, they get big, they get wide. Now, one thing I constantly tell my customers is my shop is not set up to generate body through growth in the feeding regime that we keep. Okay, so when your job comes in, for whoever wins this fish, you will see that as you start to put it on a better feeding regime and you start to create body, because I have not got the filtration to be able to achieve that. Otherwise, I promise you, I'd be able to, I'd do it, because that's what the fish should be. But you can put body on a fish. It's no different to a weightlifter getting big through lifting weights. You can condition a fish to achieve that. And Lee will back me when I say that you can put body on fish, because Lee's fish last year when he entered the tournament at the BKKS National, his fish lacked volume. He's thinned his pond out, put a new feeding regime in place now. And have your fish got body, Lee?
Yeah, too much. Actually, they've been off the feed for 1 week now to try to like thin them out a little bit, mate. Yeah, they're too big. But again, also what you've got is some varieties naturally do have a different body shape, like Shiros, Akamatsubas, and maybe the golden corn. They do taper in slightly towards the back 1/3 of the fish. That's just how it is. It's like, you know, that's sometimes how the volume of the fish will progress, you know, because they are a different variety. And obviously, if it's female as well, everyone wants a female fish anyway. They love it, don't they?
Right, Chris. So, right, there's nothing to be worried about. What I would say is all you need to do is concentrate on the platform you're watching from. Let me worry about if Facebook and YouTube are not in sync, right? It matters not to anyone that's bidding other than the person that's bidding. I don't pick it up, but the platform, but the one that I see, which is the biggest bid at the end of the auction, will be the person that takes that fish home. If I lose a bid that's stronger than that, then
Well
that's
done.
on me. That's on
Yeah.
nobody else. So we lose, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, concentrate on your own platform, dude. That's my advice. So Rick's back in at £510 anyway.
Mm.
So we've got Michael Thompson on Facebook and Rick from New Forest Koi, who obviously, if he's throwing his money at this, and I've got Michael Thompson from the Koi Club throwing his money on it, it
Yeah,
shows
and
what it is.
and again, to be honest, mate, when I was up in Taniguchi last week, mate, do you know what? Right, that feels so cool. Yeah, when I was up in Taniguchi last week, it feels weird because the world's so big. It's the other side of the world. I was there like last week, but anyway, when Taniguchi-san actually netted up what was available, as in Nisai, mate, it was a small pond. The pond was the same size as my pond, with probably
Really?
about 30 or 40 fish left. That was it. So they're not like, there's not a lot of these. There's not a lot at all, mate. They're really, if you don't believe me, go back and have a look at my videos from like 2 or 3 days ago. There is not a lot of golden corn left. They
So-
get sold quick.
So just to, one thing I failed to mention like a fool is I bought these from Narita.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
there we are. So if you, well,
Changes
okay.
the aspect a little bit. I forgot
So
to mention
if you
that
bought
earlier.
those, if you bought those from Narita, they've been bought specifically for the Narita koi farm from Ryuki. Now that just says Narita doesn't buy anything apart from the best he can possibly source in Japan.
And he's right. So Narita, the reason why he is called number one koi is
Because he truly is number one koi.
he expects to have nothing but the number one koi, which is why he wins GC after GC after GC after GC, and he carries a lot of power in Japan for buying fish, doesn't he?
So yeah, oh mate, he's the Don. He's the number one. There is. I've been to probably most of the major names now in Japan, koi farm wise. Okay, and when I went into Narita's place, it's just a different gravy. It's like it's perfection, mate. Like he only gathers all fish from all parts of Japan, which has got the stamp of his excellence. If it's good enough, it'll be in his farm. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Right. And so you bought this from Narita auctions or something?
No, I bought a pond off of him.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, mate, it's yeah. Okay.
Right. So a little bit of dealing went on. Okay. So they was going up on auction. I got notice of how many fish was in a pond, right? And I basically asked for the pond of fish because I know that golden corn are hard to come by, you know, especially at this size, you know, 45 centimetre Nisai. They're hard to come by. And I know that he, like what you've said, if he's picked them,
Yeah.
He's already had the dibs of the top 1% in the ponds that he was looking at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So I gave him a figure. He come back with another figure, and I snatched his hand off because, again, it's another one of them where I like to boast that I've got something different that no one else has, like the yellow monkeys. No one else has got.
Exactly. You got something, but I think people need to know is he came up with another thing and you snatched his hand off, not because it was cheap.
No.
Cheap.
Far from it, mate.
Dude,
It's not cheap.
Marita ain't cheap. Trust me.
He commands a good price for his fish, mate.
Yeah, because he knows he can.
So, right. So Rick's in. I'm going to put a 1 minute on it. If anybody else is thinking about putting a bid in, now's the time to do it because Michael Thompson is out. Sends his congratulations to you, Rick. But I'm not letting it go to Rick unless not for another minute anyway. So, it's just nice to be able to say that I've got number one koi in the shop, mate. Because not everybody have they? You know,
mate. Honestly, mate. Like I've had a couple of piss ups now with Ryuki, mate, and he is he's a really intimidating person, mate, because he's so respected. Oh no, Rhinoceros! But like in real, mate, he was furious. So if you look back on my videos, we had a massive meal. Like, do you mean like with
why was he furious?
What?
Why was he furiously? I know.
I'll tell you why.
So
we had a massive piss up, right?
You paid for the meal, didn't you?
Yeah, I snicked to the toilet and I paid for the meal. It was like £800 for the meal. And I came back and he went to try to pay and he goes, "Who's paid for the meal?" And I went, "Tafaguchi-san." He was furious, mate.
Mate,
I thought he was going to skin me. Mate, he was upset.
He'll give you the dripping torture treatment. That's what
I know, mate. I'd be straight into the concentration camp.
That is sold to Rick from New Forest Koi. Well done, mate.
Well done, mate.
Have a wee. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. I'm on my own. Well done, Rick. Yeah. So what you've just bought there is a golden corn, okay? It's been produced by a guy called Taniguchi. He's a hell of a lad. He's got a lovely toilet. It's really nice. He's got an office, which has got all of his awards. He's got 3 different Toyota Land Cruisers. He's got the new one, the model before, and the model before that. Also, behind his Land Cruisers, he's got a little tiny place where he plays golf. He's a real golf enthusiast. When I went there, the place was so hot in the polytunnels that he was sewing up his pec fins that I decided to go for a little walk with Rob that came with us. Now, Rob is a good guy, but he's a pervert. I'm only joking, Joe. It's his missus. He's back. There we are. Hi, Kraft.
Hi.
I just tell him all about Taniguchi.
Yeah, I could still hear you. My toilet.
Oh, could you? Yeah. You're lucky because Rob's probably like, "Stop it."
Okay, so I've had word back. The lemon harawaki has not been filmed for the auction yet, so it's in the auction pond, but it has not had the foil made yet. But that's no problem because it gives us something to look forward to next week. I'm quite mindful that we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes now, which I think is more than enough. I don't want to outdo a good thing. We ended on a high. Well done, Rick, for that last purchase, mate. I know for a fact that you're going to be happy with that, mate. It's a banging fish. What I would ask people to do, if there's anything, right, so I will work for you guys. I'm not just going to select a load of fish and throw them in. Well, I am. That's what I'm going to do. But if there's particular fish that you're after, if I've got them, I will bring them into the auction because the benefit of doing YouTube auctions is that I can take fish to everybody in the country, where if I'm in store, not everybody can get to me. So go ahead, Tafaguchi.
Have you got? I'm just trying, mate. I've got chucked in this morning, didn't I?
Yeah. Well,
could you come and help me? All right, whatever.
That's not how it was. I'm having an auction, man. Are you fancy coming on? That's how it was.
Yeah. Okay. Mate, I was just about to have a bath and masturbate, but then no. But you, as Perfect Aquatics, got a Facebook page?
Yeah. We're on the Facebook page for Perth.
So, out of curiosity, just for the people, why don't you take pictures of twice as many fish as you can sell on an auction or presento in an auction and ask them what they want to have on the auction next time? Rather than you picking, why don't the masses pick?
Say that again.
Well, no, just take it like, so how many fish have you put in the auction tonight?
10.
10. So why didn't you take 30 pictures of potential auction fish and let the people vote on the 10 that they want to go on to the auction?
Okay. We'll get that done. Done.
And then take 10% off everything. And a pot, or no, don't take 10% off everything, but a free pond bomb with every fish. For my sake.
Something I can look at for you, mate.
It'll
Omasako
happen, trust
Shiro
me.
Tozai.
I won't come on next week if there's no free pond bomb
And
for
then
people.
Sanky. Right. So there's not many places in the UK that can say I've got all three of them.
Yeah, you had a good layout today. Yeah, fair dues. It's not too bad.
Okay.
I've seen
So
better in Japan, but like
Omasako Shiro will be in. Matsue Kahaku will be in, and then ND Sankey will definitely be in.
can I chuck something else on there?
Yeah.
But you won't have it.
Try me.
You won't have it.
Try me.
You got any Sakai fish?
Yep.
Your choice.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
What do you want? Dragon Ball Sankey? Kahaku?
I tell you what, why don't you send me a load of pictures and I'll choose the one that gets auctioned next week?
Okay. What about Takano Sankey?
Oh! Have you got any fucking Uncle Takano shit kicking around?
I've still got some of them knocking about as well, yeah.
Okay, so
one thing that
Alan's
people
wish
will,
list.
some people will start to work me out. I don't show in the store. Not every single fish that we own is on public sale, so I'll keep certain things at the back. Yeah, I've got to, mate, because I've got to rotate stock through. Otherwise,
Hang on.
no, it's boring.
So you've had Alan's wish list there. So I want a Sakai, Go Sankey of some range,
Okay.
right? But pass it through me first. Quality control,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Takano-san, Uncle Takano stuff.
Yeah.
Pass it through me. I know his lineage, quality control,
Yeah.
right? Yoshino?
No.
Tosser. Okay. No. Those two are absolutely fine with me. But I need to pick.
Yoshino.
What?
No, Yoshino, no.
Yeah, they're like rocking horse teeth. I've got 40 of them there, but whatever.
Okay.
It's not a competition. It's never been a competition between me and you.
So all right. So some of the fish I'll put on next week, they won't be. Not all of them will be your £50 Tozai, because the quality commands a different price.
Yeah, well, you got to put some on.
Yeah. There'll still be a mixture in there, but you know, I think a lot of people come on thinking they're going to grab an extremely good bargain.
But they will grab a bargain. They will grab a bargain, but it just might be a bit more. So yeah.
Just be mindful. But I think that this is a very good platform for us to move forward.
Hang on. What have I got from Takano that I can? If someone wins the Takano fish, I've got to give them a gift as well. Let me think about this. Oh. Okay, right. The Takano Sankey.
No, hold it for next week.
No. This needs to be live now. So the Takano Sankey, whoever wins the Takano Sankey next week will get a Takano certificate from me with my penis painted like a Sankey.
So your certification. Always lagged out.
Authentication.
You're lagging like Etley, but Just
Am
to reiterate, yeah, you've gone.
Oh,
flick
yeah,
back.
I can see.
So Lee will give you a certificate of his Takano Sankey that is very personalised. How's that sound? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. So Black Zeus, there's no chance of Black Zeus, if I'm honest. So just so you know. So
Any? Have you got any Karashi guy?
Yep, I've got some beautiful Tozai for.
Tell me where. I'll say yes or no, and I'm going to be honest.
Well, I've got beautiful Tozai from everywhere, mate. To be perfectly honest.
No. So Karashi, have you got any Danichi Karashi?
No, I've got Danichi Fisho, but no crashes. Yellow monkey.
Huh?
Should I put Yellow monkey on?
Have you got Yellow Monkey? That's what I was. I just said a Danichi
Yeah,
Karashi.
yeah,
Got none of those.
Yeah, but I know him as skin ring crashes. So
Almost
yeah,
like Akawa Karashi.
I have got a Kawa crash yet.
You have.
Yeah, but they're bigger fish.
Yeah.
They're Sansoi.
Oh yeah. Okay. For an auction, that might be pushing the boat out.
Yeah, I've got no condo, Josh.
Oh, mate, condo.
Mate, to be fair, condos, condo's not extremely prevalent in the UK. I think Ryan's more exposed him.
Dude, it's bonkers, mate. Bonkers quality in condo. Trust me. But yeah, again, I was...
never say never. Just not next week. There may be things in the pipeline that we can work on with things like that. So
now, yeah, okay. Oh, mate, there's so many good fish that I wish I was a billionaire to be able to buy loads of fish to bring back to the UK to give to people. It's amazing.
I think we would. I think we all would, to be fair. So Momotaro, yeah, I've got Momotaro Kahaku. Yeah, that's not a bad shout as well.
Get Pineapple Queen? I don't think so.
No one's got Pineapple Queen, mate.
Hey.
You didn't get one.
Hey.
You fucking didn't get one, bruv.
Hey, listen, I haven't talked to you since I come back from Japan.
Oh, true that.
Me and Kansuke, son. Boom.
Albeit, soon as I knew that, let's just say, soon as I seen the Pineapple Queen, Rick from New Forest and I was straight on the phone to Atsushi saying, "Get me some of them fucking things."
Atsushi only he wouldn't give it to you, mate. He'd give it to me. I don't think he'd give it to you.
Yeah, well, I was after a box of Tozai, mate, but they're non-existent.
No, they're hard to come by. But give me 6 months. Give me 6 months.
Okay, we've got a good idea. I will put in. So we've got to be quite mindful of timing. So leave it with me. Let's see what we can do. I'll liaise with you about the fish that you just said, Lee, as well, so you can have a pick of what one you want going in, and then we'll move it forward, pal. But
it's true, mate. The 3 fish I want in, you've got to send me at least 5 fish from each variety that I want going in.
Absolutely no problem.
And no hiding the best ones, mate. No, if it's my selection, they're going to be good. Otherwise, I'm not going to put my name to them.
So there's no point in me auctioning off the shit. All right, it's like this is going all over the UK, isn't it? All right. Okay. I want to put decent standard fish, high quality fish on this channel. I'm not someone that's just going to throw a fish in a bowl and say that's what we're going for, right? And say, give me all your money. That's not me. I want to showcase what our shop's about.
Okay,
that's the difference, you know.
Pete, I'm watching you in the background.
He's fucking mate. I might ask Pete to do the next auction.
No, mate. He's boring, mate. He's putting asleep.
It'd be funny, mate. He wouldn't know where to start.
Oh, mate, he put a glass eye to sleep.
Right. Anyway, guys, we had a huge audience tonight. So I want to thank you, every single one of you, for tuning in tonight. It's actually really, really good for me. It gives me a lot of pleasure to make sure that you guys are getting decent fish. Obviously, Lee's been a barrel of laughs, as he always is. But more importantly, without you guys, we wouldn't do this. So keep tuning in. We're going to make it a weekly thing. Keep your eye on the Facebook page, Perfect Aquatics. Also, I have set up a page called the UK Koi Community. Within 3 weeks, we're on 700 members. That's just absolutely flying. So if you're not part of that, ask permission to join that. I'll be uploading stuff on Facebook page, Perfect Aquatics, my Krafty Koi page, and also UK Koi Community. So there'll be loads of stuff going through that. If you're looking for anything in particular, I'm not just an auction site. I have got contacts everywhere. So if you are looking for anything, give me a shout. We've already got a few fish going into the national this year, I think, which is our first for Perfect Aquatics, like on the scale that we're looking at. So we're starting to move it in the right direction, buddy. So anyway, Lee, thank you very much for joining me, mate, as always.
Oh, mate, my pleasure, mate. Nothing else to do.
And thank you, everyone that took part. Remember, next week we're going to be doing a spinny wheel thing for getting a free family pass down to the golf course and whatnot. So anyway, I'll see you whenever, guys. For those locals, good to see you when you come in. Have fun. Stay early. Have fun.
Stay safe.
And